we ask the boss upstairs to keep your lunch, so you'll have a lunch.
I don't eat the lunch.
I told them that you prefer us instead of
Absolutely.
Yes,
yeah, throw the lunch in the garbage.
So
They say this as an excuse to get me out to stop the interview. They say he must go for lunch.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want lunch. I'm Jock Palfreeman, Australian national, held in Bulgaria, convicted of premeditated murder due to hooliganism, which is a type of antisocial motive. I was convicted 20 years hard regime prison. We came to Sofia to say goodbye to one of our British friends, the girlfriend of my friend. As we were trying to charge a phone with phone credit, we saw a group of between 10 and 15 neo-Nazis chase down and attack two Roma men about the same age. They caught up with them, tripped them to the ground and started beating to them. My interest wasn't in engaging the group, my interest was in protecting the man on the ground. He was unconscious. At that I started pushing everybody away from him, and I stood up and I started shouting. Then the group attacked me. They started hitting me and punching me, and I fell on the ground. After that I stood up and I took the knife out of my pocket and I held it above my head, and I said in Bulgarian, "Go back, go back. Stop attacking, stop attacking." And then the group surrounded me and started throwing stones at me. I was knocked out by stones. I was knocked on the head by stones several times. Originally, I didn't remember. Actually, I had to read a witness statement to remember what had happened. So I was knocked out at least one time, but probably 2 or 3 times, by big blocks of cement on the back of my head. And then when I woke up, I was being arrested by the police and I was taken to the police station. In the police station, I was told that one of the neo-Nazis had been stabbed and he had died. And I didn't believe the police because I thought that the police were trying to trick me to take a bribe from me. And I laughed it off and I said, you know, piss off to the police, because this is an old trick that specifically for the Balkans, that the police, they say you've made a crime so that you have to pay, especially for foreigners. And so I didn't believe the police at all. And it wasn't until the Australian consul came to see me from Athens that I understood that there was some truth to what had happened. Sometimes I don't believe it was me, sometimes I do believe it was me. It's strange because nobody knows, you know. The problem was that the neo-Nazis were so drunk that even they don't fully remember themselves.
Does it matter to you whether or not?
No.
Can you explain?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me if it was me or not, because I was attacked myself. And I believe not only was I defending myself, but that I had just cause to defend myself and to defend the victim of the neo-Nazis on the ground. I've been charged and convicted of a premeditated attack, that I planned to do this. That is my conviction. The basis of the premeditation is that they could not give me such a harsh sentence of 20 years without it being premeditated. If it was a random street fight, you know, swearing, screw you situation, the maximum they could have given me was 10 years. Murder because of hooliganism is that I wanted to murder him because I wanted to shock Bulgarian society and because I disrespect Bulgarian laws. So my sole motivation for murdering him is because I wanted to break the law. I believe they want to punish me so much because I believe there is complete protection for the neo-Nazis, for their attacks on racial minorities in the streets of Sofia in Bulgaria, and because they're all connected with political parties and politicians. The police refused to find the Roma. They completely denied that there was a Roma there, even though they had witness statements from at least 10 people saying that there were Roma. Even some of the neo-Nazis said the fight began because we were fighting with Roma. The police investigator refused to acknowledge that there was one. Because of the refusement to acknowledge that there was a Roma, of course, there's no need for an investigation. So there's no need for an investigation. Nobody found them, nobody talked to them. We don't know nothing about this Roma man other than that he was their victim in the beginning. None of the neo-Nazis were investigated or convicted for their attack on me or the Roma. My struggle was finished. Now it's just a matter of, my appeals are finished. Now it's just a matter of educating people about what has happened and what could happen and what is happening in Bulgaria. I believe I will be here for another 14 years. I will do my full sentence here because of my activism. And it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, and a conscious decision that I have made before and I'm making now, and I will always make.